Hey, what's up, you guys? And welcome back to another episode of Seeking Spirits. Nick, tell them where we are today.
We are at the legendary Old Hospital on College Hill.
Yeah, I'm terrified.
Wow. Yeah, I'm so excited because I've wanted to come here for a long time.
Yeah, this is definitely our furthest trek out of where we normally go. We drove about 8.5 hours today, which was... I think it's going to be worth it.
Oh, I think so too.
This place seems really great. Everybody that we've met in West Virginia so far has been super nice.
Yeah, they've been awesome. Specifically, the dude he's the mayor?
Uh-huh. He's the
mayor of, it's Williamson, West Virginia.
So.
I believe that's where this is. Mm-hmm. He's literally the mayor. And he literally runs Old Hospital on College Hill. Him and one other person.
Yeah.
And he was so nice.
He was.
He just gave us a quick tour. He's going to be back later. We're actually going to be joined by some of our friends tonight.
Yes, we're very
For the first time, we're going to get a chance to investigate with our good friend Vince and Val.
Yeah.
They'll be here. They're on their way now. So that'll be really cool. So you guys will get to see them in the video, which we're really excited about. But yeah, so I guess we can just get into a little bit of the history of this place. This is a legendary spot. So
it is, and we are sweating. It is a bit hot. It's September, but let me tell you.
Dude, it is rough.
We're ready for the sun to go down.
We are roughing it, yeah. But so I'm reading this line and I kind of want to go over something because he said something to us in the tour. So it's an Old Hospital on College Hill opened in March 3rd of 1928 after a fire destroyed the original structure downtown in the winter of 1926. He was telling us about that. They're down there. We'll get some footage of this for the actual video. There's 2 plaques for the guys who built this hospital, I believe, or like
they're doctors.
They're doctors who were like, like paid for it and everything. Mm-hmm. That building, when it burnt down, he was like, that dude is a hero. He rushed.
No casualties.
Yeah, no casualties. He rushed everyone. And at first I was like, that sounds like a weird tactic. He rushed everyone off the base level up to the 2nd floor.
Because that's where the fire started
on the base level. It started on the base level. He threw mattresses out and had everyone jump out onto the mattresses. 0 people died.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's crazy.
An absolute hero. And then him and another doctor started this hospital. He said they were able to build it for $127,000. I wish.
I think he said it was like worth like 3.3 million now or something like that, which is insane. So talk about a real estate investment.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it was built in 1926. It was the only hospital in the town at the time. It was a 50-bed state-of-the-art facility and served as a hospital for about 60 years.
Oh, fun fact, him and the other owner were actually born here.
Yeah.
In this
crazy.
Hospital.
Also, we literally went to get lunch at a pizza place right down the street, and our waitress's mom worked here.
Yeah.
So like everyone here has like ties to this location, which is so
very cool.
And we're going to go over a story a little bit later that she told us, which is really cool. But in 1979, the facility was sold to the Hospital Management Association, where the hospital remained in use until 1988. Then a new, more modern facility was constructed just up the street. We drove by it over there. And then I believe this just kind of became... It was like a physician's office for the next 26 years. And then after 2014, it was storage. Mm-hmm. And then, actually was saying the current owner was born in this hospital and she lost 2 of her grandparents here.
Oh, so that's really sad.
Yeah. So they were both the people who own it and run it were born here. Yeah. Which is wild.
So crazy.
That's just crazy. But yeah, this building has seen a lot of death, a lot of trauma. A lot of gruesome practices.
Well, he was telling us, I think, is it down this hallway or maybe it's up one level, that the surgery rooms.
That's what I was going to get to here. You could literally spectate surgeries here.
You could watch your loved one have a surgery. I don't think I could do that.
I don't think so either. There's 2 of them, and you can still see the glass. It's like a viewing room, and they would just operate on them, and your family could watch.
Imagine though, like being in a really intense situation as a surgeon and having the family like staring you down, like,
are you going to do this? Are you going to work or not? Like, geez, that's crazy. This land also is part of where the Hatfield and McCoy dispute took place. So that's a really famous, I don't know like a ton about it, but it's like a really famous like dispute between 2 like really big families at the time.
Oh, wow.
Like bloodshed, gunshots, like murdering each other and stuff, like fighting over like all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm not like too. I just know that, and it said it on the sign. They said it on the sign out there when we went past it. One of like the signs. So which is kind of crazy because that kind of like adds to more of the intensity of the energy here,
Right.
Because there was like a really famous, incredibly gruesome like dispute in this area.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah. Local coal miners that had injuries came here. There's a ton of coal miners in this area.
Yeah.
Like, West Virginia was big for coal mining and stuff then, still is somewhat today. But like any people, black lung, stuff like that would come into here and get treated. So that's tough. There's a incinerator in the basement.
Isn't there still ashes in it?
Yes, for limbs and amputations, and there is still ashes in it today.
Oh man.
So, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was watching Project Fear's video, and Chelsea went down into the basement and was like, "Oh, there's the ashes." She said something like that, and I was just like, and she was alone. And I was like, "Oh,
that's the only place you haven't been yet."
Yeah, we haven't gone down to the basement.
Haven't gone down to the basement. We're on the second floor right now. We are waiting to go to the basement until Vince and Val get here.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do a little walkthrough while we're packing up and stuff, and we're going to go down and see the basement with them because that's supposed to be the spookiest spot.
Oh man!
But yeah, hundreds of people have passed away here.
Yeah.
So, this is a really famous one. He touched on this and it's in other shows and stuff like that. Mose Blackburn was a guy who actually there was like a dispute. And the cops came to his house.
Yeah.
And he killed one of the cops. And they beat the crap out of him, like to within an inch of his life, basically. And they brought him here and they put him on the third floor.
Yeah. Guard at his door.
They had a guard at his door. And apparently he was saying that he somehow distracted the guard and they're not quite sure. So
there's a lot of rumors.
So like,
it's all, there's alleged.
So he either jumped out himself. Because you got to think like they said he was kind of a loose cannon, and also that like if you killed a cop, that's like your days are numbered.
Yeah.
Especially like back then, it's like no rules. You know what I mean? It's like way back then. So, so some people say he jumped. Some people say he was pushed. Some people say paranormal things happen.
Yeah.
So it's all alleged though. We don't know anything for sure, but he fell out and we didn't know this part. We thought he died. He lived for another 30 days
in his room.
And then they brought him back up here and he lived for another 30 days.
They have his death certificate.
His death certificate is actually here. And he passed away from, I guess, the bleeding from the injury, right? He said
an aneurysm.
Yeah. Blood clots. Yeah. He was, and apparently he said that while he was here, he was haunted by nightmares during his stay.
Wow.
And that's one of the cool things about this location is it's not just haunted now. When it was in operation, people were having a lot of experiences.
Yeah, which goes into the experience that we learned about today while we're getting pizza down the street.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's tell you about this one. So
yeah,
we meet this really lovely girl at this pizza restaurant right down the street. She was so cool. We, of course, anytime we go anywhere like this, we're always like, have you been there? Have you had any experience? So her mom used to work here. And when her mom had a patient here, she would come in and talk to her. She came in and talked to her one time and she's like, yeah, I'm doing fine or whatever. But there's a cat that keeps coming in and
I can't get any sleep. It's purring all night,
get any sleep.
Laying on my legs.
Laying on my legs and it's purring. And she's like, just thinking, she's just getting old. She's not in great health. She's probably just like thinking up stuff or making it up with her mind. So I guess a couple days later, she gets called in because she was like, what is it? Vocation? What is it?
It was for respiratory.
Respiratory. So like apparently you have to be there when the patient passes codes. Yeah. I'm not sure medical terms. Yeah, they have to be in the room. So she was here. And when that happened, she like turned around and saw the cat.
Yeah, after they called time of death.
Yeah, after they called the time of death, she turned around and saw the cat in the hallway and ran to go see the cat. She ran and looked out the hallway and the cat was completely gone.
Yeah. So, that gave me chills when she said it earlier. It gave me chills just now.
Dude.
There's many ghosts.
If I see a ghost cat, I will cry with joy.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. I'll probably sneeze, but I'll be very
There is
happy.
also another animal, as you were alluding to there. So on the 4th floor, they operated on a horse.
Yeah.
Who unfortunately passed away upstairs.
But they tried.
And apparently you can hear hooves walking around up there, which is really crazy and interesting.
That is crazy.
So just a couple of the paranormal claims. I mean, like most of the places we go, it runs the gamut. It's got doors shutting, music playing. The nurse on the 1st floor, they call her the nurse that never clocked out.
Right.
Apparently you can see her all the time. Like people have been, he's like, I'm not talking about like now. I'm talking about like the last like 30 years. Like
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
who worked here. Like
ever
before it
since
closed.
she passed away, because she passed away here
Yeah, she passed away here. She got in a car accident
on her way home.
On her way home,
from
and she
work.
came here and passed away in front of all of her peers.
Right. And then so she kind of looked over all the other nurses,
Yeah.
even new ones, like ones that she had worked with and then ones that came after her.
Yeah.
Oh, I got chills. There's something about the nurse that I'm
that's triggering
connected to. I literally, I want to cry actually. When we were down on the first floor, which is where like the nurses station was, and it's where they like see everybody, I just started getting like really dizzy and lightheaded and feeling like a little bit overwhelmed with like actual sadness.
Yeah.
And when he told me that story, I was like, something about this is getting to me.
Yeah, I can see your eyes are watering a little bit now. And
Like,
your heart rate went up too.
My heart rate
She was like 156.
through the roof, which I
So-
did just take my medicine that makes it go up. And there's also like a bunch of stairs. It's really hot.
It is.
You know,
it's all a contributing factor, but that when he was
That's
telling the
pretty
story,
high.
you literally were getting chills.
And I was like looking down like, oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And when we were staying up there too, I was like, I can feel a cold breeze on my arm, and it is hot in here. Like you're you know, when you're sweating and you can feel any type of air on your skin because your skin's wet. I could feel it on my arm, and I was like, there's no AC. There's only AC on this floor.
Yeah.
Like, and it's
And
literally
only in
closed
part
in like
of it, yeah.
a specific spot over here where we're
There's
like setting
a
up
little bit
base
over
camp.
here, but we turned it off.
We turned it off because of the noise, but literally right over there. But yeah, so they see that nurse all the time. Voices, hospital equipment noises with no power.
Yes.
The elevator can move on its own. Now the elevator is broken today, unfortunately, so we won't be able to ride
So
it.
if that moves on its own today, I am going to leave.
Well, when Project Fear came back here, I think the second time they heard what they thought was the door open.
Right.
So
yeah.
that would be interesting to see if the door opens on that.
Crazy.
Shadows in the windows, poltergeist activity, lights flickering, which we already saw.
We did see.
We walked out of one of the exits. He was showing us like one of the ways to get out, and we walked around the corner, and he said, "That just started flickering for no reason because it was like solid." And then as soon as we walked out, it started flickering again. And then we looked at it; it flickered for a second, and then it stopped. And then we were like, okay. And he was like, have fun with that. So this was like a quote from one of the episodes. I think it was one of either the Destination Fear or Project Fear. You will be touched. You will have things thrown at you. You will see faces.
Please help.
I'm hoping.
I mean, the thing is, I do kind of hope that a ghost touches you. Not me, please, with peace and love. But I'm the only one that has been actually like
full on touch. Well, I got touched. Well, yeah, I got my finger caressed at the Conjuring house.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that's out yet, so I might have to cut that out. I think it will be. But
it's definitely going to be out.
It should be out, yeah.
Yeah.
But so yeah, some of the most active areas are the X-ray room in the basement, which we haven't gone. Some people say they see a man's face sticking out of the wall.
Honestly, I have anxiety even thinking about going to the basement. My stomach just dropped. I'm gonna throw up.
Third floor is where Mose Blackburn stayed. Moan's heard there a lot. Shadows running across the hallway. Some people think it's Mose. Fourth floor saw the most deaths. A lot of people say there's a heavy dark energy up there.
Yeah.
Nurse passed away after a car accident. I guess she passed away on the fourth floor, but I guess
that would probably make sense because isn't that where the surgery stuff is?
Yeah, so she passed away up there, but I think she rocks down in the first hallway.
The first floor because that's where
she said that was where the nurse's administrative was. So she was down there most of the time. That's her spot. So she's chilling. But yeah, so many people, former doctors, say that they've seen her while it was active. So
crazy.
One of the last things I got here is one of our good friends, Dylan from Haunted Nights. They were here recently. If you want to get hyped up for next week's video,
definitely
go watch Haunted Nights video at Old College on Hospital Hill. I can't even talk. With Trinity and Brittany, they're awesome too. They're in it, so it's a really good video. Go check it out. But I just kind of asked him, like, hey, what do you think about Old Hospital? What happened here and all this stuff? And he said, quote unquote, honestly, when we filmed there with Trinity and Brittany, we probably had the wildest night we've ever had at this location because they've been here a lot.
Yeah.
And this was like a couple months ago, I think. They said the REM pod was going off on command. They heard disembodied voices. They had super clear EVPs. This place is usually active, but it definitely blew us away that night. And then I asked him, what are some spots we should keep an eye on? He said, usually focus on the basement hallway near the X-ray room, where they say that face is. Another spot is on the second floor. There's a creepy room with a bunch of mannequins and baby carriages. Seems to have a grumpy old dude hanging out in there. He threatens an infected guest before. I think it's down there. I think it's that second room right there behind us.
Great.
And then he said, and the top floor both pharmacy and the hallway off to the right are very active. So he gave us a little insight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you,
Yes,
Dylan. Shout out
thank
Haunted
you.
Nights. We love you guys.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's pretty much just the background. We're hyped. Lexi's
Speak
a
for
little
yourself.
scared.
Listen, you know it's weird. I'm growing up a little. Why? Stop it.
What?
I just got a high heart rate alert. That's only ever happened at one other location, at Mid Orange, and that's probably the location we ever got the most activity at. I would say
Well, you're feeling it. What are you at?
122, but it's been over 120 for 10 minutes while I'm sitting down. That's why it.
Bruh.
That's why it said that.
Yikes.
So that's fun. I do have really bad anxiety. Maybe I should have taken my medicine a little bit earlier in the day, but we are here for a very long time.
Yeah.
And then we have a...
That was like a train or something. Sorry, that scared the shit out of us. Like you were saying, we have this location from like 4 p.m. It's like 5 now till about 8 a.m.
Right.
And
so that's longer than most places. And this place is like, if you're in the area or like close by, it's really affordable compared to other locations, especially for how iconic it is.
500?
It's like $500.
That's nothing like, for that long. I know that sounds like a lot, but if you're going to, and I don't really suggest doing this if you're like a beginner ghost hunter or you are just doing it for fun. If you're just doing it for fun, I would most likely go on like some type of public event to somewhere. Mm-hmm. But if you're if you're gonna crack
Did you hear that?
It was like a beep. Is that what you're saying?
I heard a scream.
Well, we all heard something.
Like
we just
like
could have been
high-pitched
outside.
Scream. So I could understand why you heard beep. Okay.
Huh, that's kind of weird. But yeah, what I was just gonna say is, you know, if you're gonna break into like I want to go somewhere by myself with like 3 or 4 people, and you don't want like other random people, this is a really affordable place to do it. Really historic place, very like legendary in the paranormal field. People love it here, so this is a really good option. And like we said, the owner is super nice, super nice dude. So yeah, this is a good spot to come for sure. Also, check out Haunted Nights events. They do them here all the time. Yeah. So that's if you're a beginner, that's what you should do. You should go to one of their events. And I want to say it's only like 100. I think it's like anywhere between like 100 and 150 bucks per person, which is super cheap to go like investigate for like 8 hours or something with all the equipment and stuff. So yeah,
because equipment, get up there. I'll tell you what, we got a new piece of equipment tonight.
Oh yes,
that
Dustin
will be breaking out. Dustin, do you want to tell us?
Yeah, come on,
Bubba. Come on.
You don't want to tell us what it is?
He has a protuberance on his elbow.
Dustin wants to tell you guys what the new piece of equipment is.
A music box.
Hey!
Woo! Dustin is obsessed with the music box ever since we went to Conjuring, and Steve and Dylan have one.
Yeah.
And Dustin was very enamored by this.
Yes, so, he was loving it.
For our anniversary, which is like next week.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. 8 years. Shout out. I bought him a music box because I knew it would fill him with joy.
Yeah.
And the next location we're going to, I cannot. The next location we're going to, I'm not going to say where it is. However, it is the only one I have ever seen Dustin extremely excited for. And I was like, hyped. He needs a music box for that one. So we're going to test it out tonight.
Let me just tell you, by the way, everyone... Bread's in the comments for Dustin.
Yeah, because he has a protuberance.
He has a protuberance on his elbow. This was last minute. We thought he might not even be able to come. There was a second there where I was going to have to hop on a plane and go ride with Vincent Val and solo this video.
Yeah.
Because he's got a rough elbow.
Well, and that sounds silly, but
no.
There was a chance that his elbow was actually septic.
Yeah.
So he is wrapped up. We have drawn lines around it, but he was like, I'm not missing it. He's on antibiotics. Yeah, he's on pain stuff.
He's hyped for tonight, but he's way hyped, like you said, for tomorrow night. So he was not missing this.
Well, and we did wait the required 36 hours for the swelling to go down, and we made sure. But yeah, he's a trooper.
He really is.
He also drove the entire 8.5 hours.
He's crazy.
Love you.
And he's going to be holding a camera for like 12 tonight. So
only with that right arm, because his left arm.
You guys don't get to see him dancing behind the camera, but
he is.
God, it was glorious.
Yeah. An absolute legend. That is he.
Bread's in the chat for Crustin, ladies and gentlemen. Bread's in the comments, please. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for the podcast segment. Make sure to come back next week for probably part 1 of the investigation.
Yeah.
This is a lot of time we're going to have here. Unless we don't get a ton, it'll probably be at least 2 parts. So
Yeah.
make sure to stop by next week and watch this investigation. It's going to be hype. This is a legendary spot.
It's going to be absolutely wild. I can already feel it. And normally when I walk into a location, like you can get a vibe. I am getting some weird vibes. I don't know if it's because I'm hot and tired.
Yeah.
Or if it's because of the building, but I have a feeling it's the building. So here
Probably
we go.
Probably a combo, but yeah.
We're in for a night. So.
We are definitely in for a night. So make sure to stop by next week. Make sure to comment some breads down in the comments for Dustin. And
like, subscribe, all the things.
All of it.
Oh, and buy our merch.
Oh, buy our merch.
Yeah.
Look at the Seeking Spirits death metal shirt.
It's too hot for me to be wearing I brought my sweater, but
and Dustin's
does have
wearing
one.
the
There's Always a Doll. It's the Gare Bear Presents shirt.
Yes, amazing. We'll have the link in the
description.
What are the words and how do they work?
Words are hard.
They are. So it'll be down there. Make sure to go grab that. But yeah, we will catch you guys next week.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Yay!
Bye.
Peace. Again?
No, it was Threads. Go follow me on Threads. Anyway.
Rest in peace, Threads.
I have a bad feeling.
And I look up, and Lexi's walking across the hallway.
But
Lexi
was
is down in the
next
basement.
to them.
And I can see her at the same time as Lexi walks this way.
Do you know any of our names? Did that just say Lexi?
I started feeling like a pain in my heart.
It says basement.
Did it just say beast?
I can
You
take that.
did. You ready? Why am I twitching?
I don't know.
I can't stop.
I want to talk to you. Come closer to us.
Basement. It just said basement.
You tell me what happens when you die?
Bloody.
Oh.
Butcher.
Okay.
Not playing with you.
Oh my god damn!
Now I have to go sit in the body cooler and do 3 EVPs. I am closed in the body cooler at Old Hospital on College Hill. Okay, I'm gonna do one last one. Oh, my light just died.